So spooky season's coming up, and I figured that I'd use that to my benefit. Someday I woke up and thought, since Halloween is coming up, I might as well get as much views off of this as possible. So with that being said, I figured that I'd talk about a few anime that really remind me of the spooky season. And I'm gonna just start calling it Halloween. I don't know why I'm calling it spooky season. I'm also gonna try to avoid talking about horror anime. I feel like that's just kind of a dead giveaway to begin with. So, yeah. Now, Soul Eater is really special to me because it was one that I had started watching around the time of the pandemic, and also one of the first manga that I really got into. But to avoid giving any spoilers, I'll just talk about the general plot. Basically, it's a bunch of students at Death's Academy. You know, Death, like the Grim Reaper. And each student is a weapon meister who has a partner that can transform into that weapon. You know, that's not even the weirdest part about this anime. And in order to become a Death Scythe, they have to eat 99 human souls and 1 witch soul. Which to me is really cool and easy to grasp. Yeah, but there's a ton of witches, pumpkins, souls, all that other stuff. My favorite characters are Soul and Tsubaki because they're chill. And before I forget, I think that I should mention that the ending to the anime and the manga aren't the same. A lot of people hate the anime ending, but what can you do? Anyways, next one. Oh, but this isn't an anime. It's a game. It's not even made in Japan. I know, but I don't think that there's an anime scarier than it, and it has an anime style anyway, so I'll include it. So this game is a visual novel, and I don't think a lot of people are into those, but So what the game centers around is that you, the protagonist, join a literature club, and you write poems every day with 4 girls in the same club, who all have very distinctive personalities. Now, I personally don't need a visual novel for that because stuff like that already happens to me in real life. But one thing that my life and this game have in common is they both take a very dark turn. And I'm not going to say what that dark turn was because it's clear to me that a lot of people are just now finding DDLC. And I think that's great because I was for sure that this was a dead community, but I was proven wrong. I remember when the Plus edition for this was announced and I got super excited and started jumping around and whatnot. Yeah, it was kind of weird. But yeah, pretty cool game, takes a dark turn. Yeah, I recommend that. Now you might be asking, why is My Hero Academia here? Well, I'll tell you why. There's nothing like being a fan of a show for 4 seasons just for it to go downhill. That is the most horrifying thing that can happen. And I, and every other MHA fan, felt that. The most horrifying thing of all was its ending. Imagine having such a dedicated fan base, and then Deku does absolutely nothing. You had all this power and decided to become a teacher. And above all else, have that haircut. I rest my case. I don't usually do this, but I'm going to do an honorable mention section just because I feel like there's a lot that I want to go over, but I can't. So I'm going to do a speed round. The Promised Neverland, at least the first episode. A good amount of Chainsaw Man for its atmosphere and violence. Higurashi, namely for the fingernail scene. Lucky Star, and School Days. That's pretty much all I can think of for now. So yeah. Those are some animes I recommend for Halloween. Subscribe so I can eat something, and bye.